So I have made it to the pond I'm going to be fishing today. And the cool thing about this pond is there's a lot of different species that I'm able to catch. There's yellow perch, bass, pickerel, and trout in here as well. Doing a quick time check, it is already noon. So I did kind of get out a little bit late today. So I only really have about 4 hours to fish, but that should be plenty of time to hook into a couple fish at least. Now, I didn't get my favorite spot only because I showed up late, but that's just the way that it is. I gotta get here quicker. But I managed to pick a spot kind of close to where I wanted to fish. And honestly, that should be good enough. I'm really hoping for anything. But I think I'm just gonna save you guys the boring parts of setting everything up, and I'm gonna drill all 6 of my holes and get to stepping on fishing. So I've already realized I've forgotten my chest cam. I did drill all 6 of my holes already. And I know I said the next clip you guys are gonna see is me with everything set up, but no chest cam today. I completely forgot it. I left it charging at my apartment. So only have my good camera and my backup GoPro today, which should be good enough, I think. But anyways, I was kind of worried because where I'm fishing is the mouth of a creek that comes in. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's open water right there. So I was kind of thinking it'd be kind of thin ice, but I have easily 6-7 inches of ice. I need to get back to stepping. Today, I hope this backup camera is good enough. I have a dozen tip-up suckers. Let me just show you the size of them. I got the small ones, so not very big, about that big. So decent size. But the reason why I picked up some sucker tip-ups isn't because I think I'm going to catch some giant fish out here. I'm actually going for pike tomorrow on the Connecticut River. So when I went to go pick up my shiners, I decided to pick up some suckers for tomorrow as well. And then these right here are the large shiners that I'm going to be using as well. And a couple of them are dead, as you can see, and that was on purpose. I wanted a couple dead ones so I can jig. But jigging only as a backup plan, because my main goal today is to catch a fish ice fishing with the OSP dice rubber. Now this bait looks absolutely ridiculous. It literally looks like a hairy dice. But that's why I want to try it today. Kind of have you guys rigged up weird at the moment, but my hands are full, so gotta kind of have to deal with it. So I didn't check any of my holes before I drilled them, but I'm really kind of looking for that 15 to 3 foot range. And I know that's a big range, 15 to 3 feet, but today I'm going for a lot of different species. I'd be happy with a brown trout, and that's why I'm going in 3 feet. But then I'd also be happy with some pickerel and bass in like 15 to 20 feet. And in New Hampshire, the 6 lines you are allowed, I'm basically able to fish both depths if I want to. All right, so that is perfect. I'm in exactly 20 feet right here. And as you guys can tell, well, at least maybe you guys can tell, I am not very far from the shoreline at all. Maybe about 20 yards. So there's quite the drop off right here. All right, so that's one of my tip ups. Now I just have to kind of repeat that 4 more times, and I'm hoping my more shallow tip ups are only gonna be in like 3 feet. All right, so everything is set up. I got all 6 of my holes drilled, got 5 of my tip ups involved. All that's left to do now is to go in my bob house, set up my underwater camera, and start fishing. Now, I'm not going to lie. There's been times where I've come here and fished for like 7 or 8 hours and caught absolutely nothing. Then there's been times I've come here and fished for 7 or 8 hours and caught 7 or 8 fish. So this spot is kind of hit or miss. I hope I can honestly get into anything. I don't really care if it's a bass, trout, pickerel. My most shallow tip up is that one down there, and that's in about 4 feet. and then I'm jigging in exactly 20 feet. So the GoPro doesn't really do that well with depth perception, but I'm only maybe about 10-15 yards, if that, from my 4-foot flag. So I am on a steep drop off right here. That looks pretty good right there. And it all the way down to the bottom. It's weird not having a chest cam. I'm hoping my camera isn't in the GoPro's face and you guys can't really see me. Unfortunately, I don't really have a better spot for it. I could try it over here. So what I'm going to be doing today is just absolutely ridiculous. This is the OSP dice rubber. And just like its name, it's a cube with like hair on it. It's a hairy dice. And I've never actually seen anybody use this ice fishing. So I figured why not try it out. There's multi-species in this pond and I'll be happy to catch anything. As you guys can see, it's quite literally a hairy dice. And hopefully I'll be able to pick it up on the underwater camera. Oh, it's right there. Look at that. That was kind of easy. I can't really see anything down there, 20 feet underneath the surface. I think this is a little bit better, so we'll leave the light off for now. But you guys can barely make out the bottom on the bottom left corner of the screen. It's just kind of a muddy bottom. I didn't see any weeds or anything. Now we just kind of sit and wait. No way! I had a perch bite too. As soon as I turned the camera on, he dipped. Dang. At least I know I can see fish pretty well on the underwater camera. Dang. That perch had the bait in its mouth too, and I just didn't set the hook because I was trying to turn on the camera. I always, once in a while, go and check my tips, just in case I put the tips down a little bit too far. Just want to make sure the shiners aren't down in weeds. Had another perch roll, and there he is, bottom of the screen. If the perch are interested, I'm sure the pickerel will be interested as well. It was a flag, I heard that. Let's go. Alright. First flag for me today. Hopefully it's not a false flag. To be honest with you, I'll take anything. And it's a false flag, isn't it? No. A small fish took it from behind. As you can see, all the scales are missing from the hook back. Didn't even have the hook point, but had the butt end of the shiner. Alright, I think I'm going to do a switch up. I really wanted to catch something on this dice rubber, but unfortunately, just not happening today. Use a dead shiner and try that. And pick this up on the underwater camera. It is getting pretty dark out. I mean, my camera is doing a pretty good job of picking up the screen right now. That had to be a flag, right? 100% a flag. 100% a flag, I heard that one. It's my most shallow flag too. Nope, that's definitely a fish for sure. Oh my God. And I just pulled it right out of its mouth. I thought I gave it enough time to eat. Let's pick out one of these small ones. But that could have been a trout. Would have been pretty nice to get a trout. Usually I don't catch any trout just because I'm not really good at targeting them. But with this hole in only 4 feet of water, there's only a few species that would be eating in that shallow water. Yes, that thing is hauling. Hauling. Don't mess this one up. Just let him eat. Let him eat. Let's not mess this one up. Alright, here we go. Oh no! That's disappointing. Another missed opportunity. So it is definitely raining outside, and I looked at the weather and it definitely said there's a 0% chance of rain still. I'm sure you guys can hear it right now.
Was that because it broke down? Well, it has earned some profit, of course, but... Very nice, very nice.
So quick time check. Alright, so quick time check. It is 3:02 right now. So I've been fishing now for about 3 hours, and I've missed basically every opportunity I've had. But I never said I was the best ice fisherman. And I really thought I wasn't really getting bit because I was using the hairy dice. But obviously that's not the case. I'm using a fish head and I'm still not getting bit. But I'll put in another hour. It has been raining now for about half an hour, even though the Weather Channel said 0% chance of rain. But I think I'm going to tough it out for another hour, pack up all my stuff and go. Alright, well, might as well do my outro right now. Not quite the day I was expecting. I do still think I'm going to upload this video, only because this is just what happens sometimes when I go out ice fishing. And typically I upload like 95% of my videos. There are a couple videos that I don't end up uploading, but almost 100% of the time I upload my fishing day. Now if I didn't have a full-time job and a puppy at home to take care of, then I probably wouldn't have posted this video. But I just don't have all the time in the world to film videos, and I really do want to get out content. But tomorrow I am going to the Connecticut River to fish for some pike, and I am super excited. Now it does kind of stink. I absolutely soaked everything today, so tomorrow it's probably going to be frozen when I try using it. But that's alright, it'll heat up eventually, and hopefully I can hook into at least a couple pike. That's the whole goal. It's not really very often that I fish for pike, but thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Peace.